Hello everybody, welcome back to Material Energy Hypercubed. And I've been pretty busy off camera. Let me show you what I got. So, yeah, the first thing we got is this fertilized dirt. There's actually a quest for that. I built a farming station, claim that reward. And then I unlocked this one, and this I didn't actually make. While expensive, fertilized dirt speeds up growth of crops about 20 times their natural rate. And it works with these ender lily seeds, which is really nice. These things grow quite a bit faster. I just harvested a bunch and replaced them. Replanted the seeds, I should say. They're all growing about the same speed, it looks like. But I just went through and I was planting them. By the time I was done, I looked over and some of these are already at 14%. So I harvested all this stuff. We don't have any melons yet. I gotta make some melons, I guess. And we'll have to do that through the chemical synthesizer. But that shouldn't be too hard. Just take a look at what's involved here. Melon. So one slice of melon, water, that's pretty easy to do. Aspartic acid. That has nitrogen in it, so it's a little bit tricky. And cucurbitacin, which I think comes from pumpkins, yeah. So we can just do a pumpkin to get that. Got plenty of pumpkins. Decompose it. Oh, not that. What else do we need? We needed this aspartic acid, water. I don't know if we got water in here or not. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of water. Is it one of everything? Yeah, one of everything. One of those. We don't need that anymore. So we needed carbon 4, hydrogen 7. We don't have a lot of, oh yeah, we do get some more there. Nitrogen and oxygen 4. Nitrogen. Oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's not showing up, so I guess it's a little bit different than what I'm thinking here. No, shouldn't be. 4, 7. Oh, this is copper. Carbon, there we go. Silly me. Alright, so one of those. Sorry, one of those. I think it went here. Water. Take something out. Alright, there we go. Not showing up though. Aspartic acid. That looks different, doesn't it? Aspartate. Carbon 4, hydrogen 7, nitrogen, oxygen 4. Okay, so that's interesting. It's exactly the same, right? Hmm. Why it looks different, I don't know. I guess I'll explore into that more off camera, I guess, figure out what's going on. Because that's pretty odd. Anyway, I've expanded this a little bit. We've got our terminal here. I set up some export buses here. I'm just exporting hydrogen into this chest, oxygen into this chest, and carbon over here. And then we've got these transfer nodes, extracting them, putting them in here. We've got a rationing pipe, which will, when you have a rationing pipe next to an inventory, only one stack maximum of that type will go into the inventory. So we only got one stack of carbon, one stack of hydrogen, one stack of oxygen. This keeps it from like filling up with just oxygen, for example, and then nothing else can fit in here. And then we've set up recipe. We don't actually, we need like that. Alright. And this will create cellulose, and it automatically is being extracted here and put into here. Two of those will make one wheat. So what we've got is a system where we can basically produce wheat through chemicals. This does take quite a bit of power though. I've drained quite a bit of it. You can see the power's ticking down, so we're not actually producing enough power to keep up the demand. So that's kind of why I stopped it. And if we just take this off, now we don't have a valid recipe. This will stop it from using up too much power anymore. But this is probably going to be one of the best ways to produce wheat. It ends up getting into this system here though. But we got 21 wheat. So if we get more power later, I could use the big reactor, I guess, and I might do that to power this thing. So I'm kind of glad I held off using the big reactor, because we're probably going to need it for this. And so wasting a lot of power, a lot of yellorium and so forth, not a good idea if you don't really need that much power. So this will help us to produce the cookies we're going to need. There's that quest for the Torturino, which was, I think, in here. Yeah, right here. Torturino, which, if we remember that, I think I showed it on camera. So we need octuple compressed cookie, an octuple compressed cobblestone, and a lutecrite block. That's not going to be so easy. So we need lots and lots and lots of cookies. And this is, yeah. Wheat, if we're just going to grow wheat the way we are, not going to be able to do it. So this might be a good way to do it. I don't know if this is fast enough, might not be, and it takes up a lot of power, like I said. So we might want to use a couple of different methods. You know, this, we could do some farming of a wheat as well. Cocoa beans, I got quite a bit of cocoa beans now. I got about almost 9,000. Quite a bit of sugar cane as well. And I'll explain how I did that in a minute here. Throw that in there. A grater and a good. So that was the other quest I know. If we look over here, this is our sugarcane farm, and we got this tesseract sitting here. What's up with that, you may be wondering. Well, I've got this farming station that I made. Throw in a stone hoe, put it in there. This will plant them all around and harvest them. Without the stone hoe in there, apparently it won't do anything, so you need that in there. It doesn't use up the durability very fast. It does use it up a little bit, but it's certainly not every time it like grabs one of these things. I'm not sure exactly how it determines when the hoe gets used, but this is the first hoe that I stuck in here still, and it's only half used up, it looks like. So I spent quite a bit of time figuring that out. The ender lilies don't seem to work with the farming station, unfortunately. I was trying to get those working, but just not working. But this fertilized dirt works really well, and if I set them up here like this, it's at a good height. There's a block over it, so I can't walk into them, because when they get prickly, they'll hurt you if you walk into them. So this keeps me from walking into them. I didn't talk about where I got that dirt yet. I actually got that from the Biosphere hypercubed. You remember there's the two gardens on both sides, and this is the dirt that it's using, and they got ender lily seeds there. That's why I got all these extra ender lily seeds. It was from that chamber. So that's working good. I'd like to get some melons over here on this side. If we come up here, we got another farming station, and this is all cocoa beans. Again, you need to have a stone hoe. This one got used up a little bit more. This is still the first hoe, and you see we got over 9,000. So the cocoa beans are really fast growing. And I set these little light bulbs on here to help light things up. These this is from chisel. You just chisel the torches just like I did with these, and I just stuck them on there to keep things lit up well, so they grow pretty well. And using this pattern, you can maximize the number of cocoa beans. This is the same pattern with the sugar cane as well. Don't put any axe in this thing. If you put an axe here, it's going to chop this wood down. That's not what you want. You do need to have a hoe in there, and it'll plant cocoa beans on the side. It'll harvest them, replant them. This one will get harvested in a minute, and that's all you need. There you go. Harvested and replanted it. And so we get some on the walls here too. But this is going to be your most efficient use of space, and it's producing a lot of cocoa beans, so I'm not too worried about upgrading it with more capacitors or anything. If you put more in here, it's going to use up more power. This is only using 40 RF per tick. But if it's not enough, if you want more still, then probably worthwhile to upgrade it. You could build like a second farming station, but you're going to be better off just upgrading it instead. It'll use up more power, but the extra size, when you look at the size compared to the power, that you get more efficient operation, because yes, it's more power, but you got a lot more space too. So, but this is, it's producing a lot of cocoa beans, so I'm not too worried about that. And you just throw a tesseract on top and just set it up to this one sends items and receives energy, so it gets the energy, and then when it has too many cocoa beans, it can throw it in the tesseract and goes into the ME system. So that's all you need, just a farming station with a tesseract above it. So it works really well. Or you could stick it below it, I guess, if you wanted. Whatever. Having it on top makes it a little easier to access, so that's why I did that. So this soil, let's go over to the not there, in here. Biosphere, rather. Throw that in there and show you what I got. So there's a lot of lava everywhere. I put more lava around to try to get in here. This thing's kind of a pain because the zombies will, all come running at you, and they're fast, and it's a big pain, so I kind of blocked all this off. Took this out so that they wouldn't, attack me right away. And this wall of lava pretty much splits the area in half. He's trying to get to me. But, yeah, he just dies in lava, so... And then I broke a block way over there too, and sort of splits the halves up. This half I haven't been able to conquer yet. This side I managed to get everything out of. Or not rendering part of a chunk there. There we go. And so this is where the dirt was, is up here. And then there was like some liquid that you had to get rid of here, or else it'll burn you. The other side, you can see the ender lilies seeds. And there's dirt below it. This is not rendering a chunk as well. Overloading the server, I guess. But if we go up, we can get a little better view of it, I think. Yeah, not really rendering very well, but we need to get some more of that dirt, and we can finish up our thing over there. It'll look a little bit better. But yeah, so I conquered half of this. I'll have to work on the other half. You just get out the pan here and whack them. If you can knock them into the lava, then they start burning, and takes care of them a little easier too. But you can get kind of swamped by mobs if you're not careful, and the skeletons will shoot at you. So that's mostly the dangers. The zombies you don't have to worry about too much, but everything's really fast. So there we go. Now it loaded. Oops. There's the key I want. Alright. So yeah, this dirt here is that fertilized dirt. So I didn't actually have to create any. And once I made that farming station, then this quest completed. There we go. The yeah, super organic soil. You need like, oh, just one, okay. Well, it's not that hard to make. Well, it is a little bit hard, but much easier just to grab it from the chamber, I think. So yeah, you need an octatic capacitor, which are not the easiest things to make. Graveyard soil is not a problem. That's pretty easy. Now I'll get you 4 of these, so works really well. With the farming station, it can kind of work. The farming station can't really like plow it, it seems like, so you got to plow it first, and then it'll use the soil. But even with regular dirt, it won't plant the ender lily seeds. So I don't really know any way to automate those. So you're gonna have to do those by hand, but that's not too bad. Once you get a bunch of them growing, once you harvest these all out of here, then you're gonna have tons of them growing. And if they're growing on the fertilized dirt, then they grow really fast. So you get a whole bunch at a time, and you just make round once in a while and get plenty of ender pearls that way. So yeah, we got lots of cocoa beans. The wheat is much slower to make. We're gonna find ways to improve that if we're really gonna just craft them one by one like this. But they'll produce 8. It's just 2 wheat and 1 cocoa bean, so that's not too bad. Probably should find ways to like automate this a bit. And you can compress them down, and you get a lot fewer when you start doing that. And how many do we get? Like, yeah, 4 double compressed. So as you get higher and higher compression, yeah, you get a lot more diminishing returns. You only get 1/9 as many as the previous step, and so forth. So, and then triple compress is kind of where everything starts. Grab one of those, or yeah, grab all of those. And you need them for quite a bit of stuff. We're going to need it for that torturino, but that's going to be a ways off, I think. Don't need it here. To bake the wind is where you need a lot of it. You can get different reward bags. Basic, I wouldn't even bother with that. Good, probably not. Greater's not too bad. This one I don't know yet. I haven't really turned in a sextuple compressed cookie yet. But we also got the spatial communities, and these I'll take out the varies. Are these triple? I think these are triple. So we can manually submit. We'll grab, you know, one of everything that we can. Oh, wow, that unlocked more stuff. Well, that's cool. Moon Pearl. Alright, so cool. There's quests for these community chambers as well, I guess. I just wanted to grab all the chambers I can. This is a quintuple. Quadruple. Quintuple again, so 2 quintuples. Quad. So, I guess we're done with the triples. Quintuples. Double, quadruple. And that's all we've got right now. So, oops. So this one was triple, we got that. There's no quest for this though. Quintuple. Only need one of those, so that's good. Oh, claim reward. Quadruple. Was it only one? No, it's 4. Amusement park takes a quintuple. Sextuple. Sextuple. Is just one of each? Yeah. 1 sextuple, 2 sextuple. So we're going to need 2 sextuples. And don't think we can do that yet. Alright, so what do we got for cookies now? We got all the spatial chambers now that we can from that. Double, triple, compressed, quintuple, 1, quadruple. So, I guess we'll get into exploring some of these later. But, yeah, let's go and throw these in here. So the community ones, I guess we'll throw here. So here we have our base ones. These are the hypercube chambers. These are the extra mining stuff that we get in reward bags. This is the community ones. Not sure how many more there are. But it looks like we might still be able to store them all in this chest. I don't know. If not, we'll have to upgrade the chest or something. So, okay, that's good. Can't get those yet, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find some more options later to be able to create cookies faster, because yeah, I don't know how we're going to get all the cookies we're going to need for later unless we find some better way to do things. So I'm guessing the next few chambers or something we might unlock more options. Actually, there is the where is it? Is it Lost in Space? Yeah, the flux crystal stuff. I was looking into this. I don't really know how to use it that well yet, but I think I got an idea. So we might get into this soon, maybe next episode, maybe later this episode. Not sure. I'll have to see how we do on time. But I'll look into that. It's going to be one of the next things we're going to get into. Yeah. So ranged, we need to have some better ranged weapons, I think. And I guess the bows would be good. I've been looking into the bows. I got some in my other toolbar, yeah. So we got this one out of quest reward. But I don't think it's all that great, necessarily. And it says it's got incorrect data, so I don't know what to make of that. Legendary plus plus, though. And it's a short bow. I guess long bows are better. So might try to make a long bow, but we also, you guys remember this paper shuriken we found up on the roof? It was like kind of in this corner, I think. And this thing's godlike plus plus, but the thing's made out of paper, and paper's not a very good material, I don't think. So I'm thinking we should make something a little better. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to make it out of melon, I think. I got the cast we need. There's 4 of them, I guess, that go into making it. And this thing's empty right now. But if we come back here, you'll see we got a lot of different fuels or fluids in our ME system. I expanded the fluid storage a little bit. We've got this thing here. That's an import bus. This will import any liquid in this tank into the ME system. And we have, actually we have an output here, output export bus. So there's that's not what I want. This terminal. ME fluid pattern. This thing's kind of useful. It doesn't actually take any fluid. So here's our molten melon. So 2160 millibuckets, right? Just like that. Pop that in there. 2160 still. So this just basically creates a template of this particular liquid, and that's pretty useful for these buses. I can program it to put melon into the smeltery drain, which is going to fill up this thing. So we got our 15 ingots in there. Nothing left in the ME system now. You'll see that this is calendrite, so it's not the melon. Right? Now, let's clear this out. I want to make 4 of these things. And then we'll be done with this liquid, and we're not going to need it in the container anymore, or the smeltery. So we got 13 ingots left. And you don't want to necessarily leave things in the smeltery, because sometimes things will mix with other things the way that you don't want to do that necessarily. So if you just click on that, it's going to pour it all out. That all gets put into the ME system. So if we go into here again, you'll see that we're getting melon filling up. And it's draining out of the smeltery. Now you don't have to worry about, your metals mixing with something else if you want to leave it in liquid form instead of pouring it out in ingots or whatever. Or if you got something like that pokphenium. Yeah, 136 millibuckets. You need 144 to make an ingot. So we don't really have enough to make an ingot yet. And if you get a bucket of liquid, which is what we got originally, that'll make 6 ingots. Almost 7, not quite though. So you can only get 6 out of it, and then you get this weird amount left over that you can't really do anything with. And so leaving it into the smeltery is not necessarily the best option. So this is a way to move your metals around. Store it in your ME system and pull it out again when you need it, and then otherwise just keep it stored in the ME system. So that's one of the things I've been working on too. I made it a little taller as well. And that's all we have to say about that, I think. Let's go ahead and upgrade this shuriken if we can, and see if we get something a little more impressive. So it does about 3 to 6 hearts damage right now. Oops, I guess we gotta do one at a time. Ooh, 5.5 to 11 damage. That's quite an improvement. But we can only upgrade once, I guess. So we can't actually get all the different things, whatever. And we're only limited. We're limited to like 8 of them. So I guess I'll pour another one of these things out and make a melon one, and maybe work on trying to level it up, because this looks pretty good. 5.5 to 11 damage. That wouldn't be too bad at all. And we could throw more quartz on here. I got 7 modifiers remaining. But I'd be curious to see how this thing performs. So I'll maybe work on that. I'll make the Magellan shuriken. I'll be right back. Alright, got the Magellan shuriken parts. And we'll get 300 instead of 8. So that's a good thing. 3.6. And I think it's because of the quartz on there. So if we add quartz to this, we could probably get up pretty high too. So I think we should work on leveling that up. But let's see how much damage it does. Find something to throw it at. Maybe. This might not be the best place for testing it, I guess. I don't know how far I can throw these things. Yeah, this is not going to be the best place to test. Let me come up with a better test situation. I'll be right back. Alright, I think this will work a little better. So it did like 8 damage. Well, not too bad, I guess. He's armored, apparently. That's what it says, anyway. It's, where's my pan go? There it is. Okay, this one supposedly does... Oh, that's not very much damage, is it? What is this thing? Platinum? You should maybe upgrade that, I guess. So, yeah, it's gonna... We're gonna have to level this up a bit, I think. And it's gonna be kind of slow. Let's try one of the stars, though. The paper ones. He's actually doing less damage. Maybe the other guy wasn't armored. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to level up, I think. Modifiers remain. Oh, we got a modifier in there. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a bow and try testing with that as well. I'll probably work on like trying to clear out maybe that nether sphere hypercubed. Try to get the rest of that fertilized soil, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, this will do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.